All right, everybody, buckle up, because today we're diving headfirst into the iPhone 16 Pro Max.
That's right, we're talking specs, we're talking features, we're talking those juicy carrier deals.
We've got a mountain of tech reviews, carrier announcements, even some whispers from actual users.
By the end of this deep dive, you'll know if the 16 Pro Max is worth the hype and, more importantly, worth your hard-earned cash.
So no more fluff, let's talk upgrades. I'm really interested to hear about this new camera setup.
Oh, it's a beast. Apple really outdid themselves this time with the 48MP camera. That's professional-grade detail right in your pocket.
Okay, I have to ask, for the average person who maybe posts on social media or shares photos with family, what difference does 48MP actually make?
It's all about sharpness and flexibility. Imagine zooming in on a photo, like way in, and it still looks crisp and clear. No more pixelated messes when you try to crop in on something.
Okay, that makes sense, especially for someone like me who's not great at getting the framing right on the first try.
Exactly. Plus, low-light photos are incredible on this thing. And don't even get me started on the video capabilities.
Oh, do tell. Spill the tea on the video upgrades.
It's like having a mini movie studio in your hand. You could shoot a short film on this thing and be impressed with the quality.
Wow, and how about the brains behind all of this? What can you tell us about the new A18 chip?
It's a game changer, truly. It's faster, smoother, more efficient. Remember those times your phone lagged when you had too many apps open?
Oh, tell me about it. The struggle was real.
Well, say goodbye to those days. This chip handles everything you throw at it without breaking a sweat.
Music to my ears. A phone that can keep up with my busy life is a must.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. Even with all these amazing features, we need to talk about what really matters, your budget.
You read my mind. It's easy to get caught up in the shiny new tech, but let's talk dollars and cents. All right, so we've covered the tech, the camera's a rock star, the chip is blazing fast, but now comes the real-world question. What's this thing going to set us back?
Yeah, and how do we make sure we're not overpaying? Nobody wants to be that person who paid full price when a killer deal was just around the corner.
Especially with all these trade-in offers floating around. Like, Apple makes it seem pretty simple. Hand over your old phone, get some money off the new one.
Yeah.
But is that always the best move?
Honestly, it might not be. Apple's trade-in values are okay, but let's talk about the carrier battlefield because that's where things get interesting.
Oh yeah, those carriers are always duking it out for our business, which can be a good thing for savvy shoppers.
Right. Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, they're all screaming about deals. But the devil's in the details. Those up to $1,000 off offers, there's always a catch.
Oh, I bet. What kind of strings are we talking about here?
Well, like Verizon, they'll give you that sweet $1,000 discount, but they're going to tie you to their most expensive unlimited plan. So you have to ask yourself, do I really need all that data, or am I just lining Verizon's pockets?
Yeah, it's like buying a Ferrari when all you do is drive to the grocery store and back.
Exactly. And then there's AT&T with their own $1,000 song and dance. But hold on, they want you locked into a 36-month contract for that.
3 years. What if you want to switch things up or a new phone comes out that you're dying to get? You're stuck.
Exactly. And let's not forget T-Mobile. Oh, we're going to give you some of the trade-in value up front, they say. But the rest is sprinkled in as bill credits over 2, maybe even 3 years.
So you're tethered to them for that long if you want the full discount.
You got it. It's a clever tactic, really. They're banking on you either forgetting about those credits or, life happens, you need to switch carriers for whatever reason, and bam, you lose out.
Sneaky. It's like they're playing chess, and we're the pawns, so how do we navigate this carrier maze and come out on top? All right, you've painted quite a picture of this carrier chess game, and I'm not going to lie, I'm feeling a little stuck. Is there any hope for those of us who want the new iPhone without signing our lives away to a 3-year contract?
Oh, absolutely. Remember how we talked about the carriers battling it out? Well, sometimes an underdog comes in and shakes things up. That's where Boost Mobile enters the scene.
Boost Mobile, now there's a name I haven't heard in a while. Didn't they used to be all about those, pay-as-you-go flip phones?
They've stepped up their game big time. Right now, they're offering a cool $1,000 off the iPhone 16 Pro Max.
$1,000? Seriously. Okay, what's the catch?
You're right to be skeptical. There's always a catch, right?
Yeah.
The catch here is their network.
Yeah.
Boost Mobile uses a combination of T-Mobile and AT&T's networks. So it's not as widespread as the big guys.
So coverage could be spotty depending on where you live.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'll want to check their coverage map carefully. If you're in a big city, you're probably fine. But if you're in a rural area, it might not be the best option.
That makes sense. So let's talk total cost of ownership here, because $1,000 off sounds fantastic, but we have to look at the big picture, right?
You're thinking like a pro. Don't get blinded by that initial discount. You need to factor in the monthly costs, any hidden fees, everything. Think of it this way. Would you rather have a free appetizer and then get hit with a massive bill at the end of the meal, or would you rather just have a reasonably priced meal that leaves you feeling good?
I'll take the reasonably priced meal, please. No surprises on the bill. So how do we go about figuring out the true cost of this phone over, let's say, 3 years?
Break out that spreadsheet. You'll need to calculate the total cost for each carrier offer. That's device price, monthly fees, taxes, the whole shebang. Then you can compare them side by side and see what makes the most sense for your wallet.
And what about folks like me who like to keep their options open? Maybe switch carriers if a better deal comes along down the road.
That's where buying an unlocked phone directly from Apple can be a good strategy. It gives you the flexibility to switch carriers whenever you want, no strings attached.
The freedom to choose. I love it. So I could buy the phone outright from Apple and then shop around for the best monthly plan that suits my needs.
You got it. There are some fantastic prepaid carriers out there, like Visible, they use Verizon's network, or US Mobile. They're known for their flexible plans. These can often be much cheaper than going with a traditional carrier, especially if you don't need a ton of data.
This is why I love our deep dives. You always uncover those hidden gems. So we've covered the tech, the carriers, the deals. Any last words of wisdom before we wrap things up?
Here's something to chew on. We've talked a lot about saving money, but there's another aspect to consider: the environmental impact. Have you ever thought about buying a refurbished phone?
That's such a good point. We often get so caught up in having the latest and greatest, we forget about the environmental cost.
Right. Buying refurbished is often much cheaper, and you're essentially giving a perfectly good phone a second life. So you're helping the planet and your wallet.
Now that's a win-win. We've covered a lot of ground today, folks. We've broken down the iPhone 16 Pro Max, navigated those tricky carrier deals, and even explored the world of refurbished phones.
Remember, the power is in your hands. Do your research, read the fine print, and choose the option that's right for you.
And hey, if you find any amazing deals, especially on refurbished phones, share the wealth. Until next time, happy tech hunting, everyone.